Welcome to Module 2. This module is a little bit longer in length than the previous modules. Unlike the previous module that was just 1 week in length, this one is going to be multiple weeks in length, and so you have a little bit more time. However, as a result of it being a little bit longer, you also have to, kind of budget your time. I don't have any, early goals necessarily within the module. Everything's due on the last day. But if you attempt to do everything on the last day, you will not be successful. Just as a fair warning, there's a few assignments. You're welcome to turn those in as you complete them. I would highly encourage it. Discussion boards, right now, I don't have any early deadlines for those. But if I find that people are not doing them, that I might set an early deadline for that. I just thought, at least initially, I would start off without doing any early deadlines. Assuming most of you will work and kind of budget your time accordingly, or else you won't be successful. With that said, there's also one group project. When I say group, you'll be put in a group of 2 or 3. It won't be a huge group. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And if we come up here, no, that's the wrong one. There we go. This is the course. This is module 2. There's the video is in here. I'll be putting that in. Learning outcomes. And then you'll see it'll say enhanced ebook chapter. You click that, it will bring up the same thing as you purchased a physical copy of the book. It will bring the chapter that will allow you to read along. It'll have embedded videos, things like that. Then you click on the chapter 1 video. This is me giving a little bit of an overview of important points. I have a little trailer in here from the movie Thank You for Smoking. And I do a little bit, kind of just talk about each chapter. And you'll find that consistently the same in each of these. This is enhanced chapter 1, enhanced chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4. And you'll notice there's a little bit of an indent, so you can kind of see where they end. You'll notice with each of these, there's a chapter quiz. You will have, I believe, it says 15 minutes to answer 12 questions. And some of them you'll have 15 minutes to answer 11 questions. Some of them it's 15 minutes to answer 3 questions. It kind of varies. The other points, each question will be worth 1 point, and the quizzes are worth 15 points, but you'll also notice there are some of these that as you're reading, you should have watched the Papa John's video and read about how that affects it. If you don't read the book, you won't be able to answer the questions, but then it'll provide you with the video that was in the ebook, and it'll give you a chance to answer some questions about what was the theory, what are the ideas they're doing there, and you go through and you answer the questions, you hit submit, and it should give you credit for having done that. This is my first time using it this way. It should automatically update in the grade book as you do that. You answer 3 questions, you do that, you get a point. I believe you're able to fix those answers if you get them wrong, but I might be wrong about that. You may have to get them right the first time. We'll figure that out now, won't we? I'm okay either way, in all honesty. I don't mind if you fix it, but I also don't think there's some benefit in getting it right the first time. After you get done with the ebooks, there's also at the bottom here, you don't have to read everything first. You can go ahead and jump right down to like the discussion boards. The first discussion board and the second discussion board have something to do with some of the chapters. One's about representing a polluter. It might be kind of similar to the BP example. And deleting social media references a guy by the name of Defrin. That's also a chapter 1 issue of tweeting for somebody else. It kind of turns that and turns it into an idea of what if you were hired to delete social media posts. Make an initial post, respond to at least 2 of your classmates for that. The other assignments are going to be a search engine optimization. This isn't really asking you to optimize anything. It's just asking you how well the search engine does. It'll ask you to pick an organization or a business that you find, I would say a local or small business that you find, something you like or frequent, or you support the organization, and Google it, or also use, Bing or Yahoo or whatever search engine you want to use a couple different search engines. I'd also suggest trying it on your phone versus your computer. Sometimes search results vary based upon that. They also sometimes vary if you use a Mac versus a PC. All those things will make differences in how the information's filtered up. And then you see, like, for example, if you were to type in, a local business, Lake Point Grill. And so you come in, and I'm sharing my screen. I'll just go ahead and do this. I'm in Google, and I type in Lake Point Grill. It's near campus. You'll see right there, the first thing that comes up is that. You'll also see that there's 574 Google reviews. There's TripAdvisor has ratings with 243 reviews. You've got all menus. You've got all these different things. You kind of get an idea for how well it's doing. Now, one of the things is you see it's good for wood-fired pizzas. So they also have a couple other dishes that are pretty well known, like their meatloaf. There's cheese in the middle, pretty tasty. But we might type in wood-fired pizza near me. One idea there is to see what comes up. Well, turbo fire pizza appears to come up, and pie's the limit. So we can see that when somebody searches for that, it actually comes up. It looks like number 3, 4, 5, 6 in the list, and it doesn't even come up in the Google map as suggested location. So, you kind of see how well they're doing with that. You see that there's a local article about wood fire grills. And so what it's doing is it's asking you to kind of search one out. You pick your own business, you pick your own thing. I'm going to prohibit using doing Lake Point at this point because I just did it. So, is there negative information in the reviews high up? How is it done? And you kind of just see how, just how search engines may affect the image of a brand and the ability of it to connect, and kind of realize why it's so important for one to focus on trying to build up the logarithms to bring one's profile and to assure it does better, because that will affect people's willingness to go there. And then the other one is know your public. Now, this assignment is one I ask you to do with somebody else. And it's you suppose a small museum hires you to do PR for them. Although the museum is small, it contains an impressive collection of North American fossils and dinosaur bones. However, over the year, the visitation has declined sharply. The museum would like to conduct a PR campaign awareness with local and surrounding communities. And it's asking you, who do you think the key publics are? What methods would you do? What type of media, social media, etc.? Who should the campaign target and why? The only reason I want you to do this with somebody is I think it's a good idea to be able to toss these ideas off each other. So you guys can, email each other. You can use their, group discussion. You can do a variety of things to correspond. I'll send out a little bit more information about that later. But the idea is that you guys can kind of improve that and then submit that once for your group. Okay, that I would suggest working on early. That's actually something you could actually do this week. It's not due until the end of the module, but if you got it done early, that would be perfectly fine. So that just kind of runs through what we're doing. And then finally, when you get to the end of the module, you'll see that there is an exam for the module. The quizzes are kind of multiple choice. They're a little bit more just kind of making sure you read the book, following along with that. The exam, on the other hand, is going to be more written. It's going to have some written questions. I have not put it in there. There will be instructions when you click on it to tell you what to do. I believe I'm going to put a 1 hour time limit, but I might make it a little bit more or less based upon the questions. So that the only reason is I don't want you to look at it and then research the answers and spend the day doing it that way. This is supposed to be the idea that you did all the work beforehand. Okay, I don't think I have anything else to share. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm sure I'll be sending you messages via as we go along, kind of reminding you to take it seriously and do your work. And we'll see how everything goes. All right, best of luck.